Starting. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our adventures of Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus. We are back after a nice, 6-month hiatus? 5, 6, whatever. Hi, random person who just waved. So, trying to pull memory of what happened last time, we had finished the Van Thamper mansion, and may or may not have planted a seed, and now have a giant pyramid with a mummy lord sitting in the middle of Baldur's Gate. It's our parting gift as we ran to our ship to get the hell out of here to get to Candle Keep. With this adventure of going to Candle Keep, we are planning to get there, get some information, find out what happened to El Terrell. But when we got to our boat, we ran into a little bit of an issue with some people who wanted a devil shield, right?
Correct.
Devil shield. So, we decided we wanted our devil shield because our fun little cleric, who is in one of these directions, I can't tell, that direction, really wants this devil shield. Which ended with our bard getting his ass kind of handed to him because he got separated from us, and the fight did not go our way. So we have now lost our devil shield. We are limping back to our boat, and time to make our way to Candle Keep. Did I get it all? Did I miss anything?
Close enough.
Yay!
Close enough. Does anyone have anything else they want to add for the good of the cause?
Just that the devil shield is a devil and angel shield. It's it seems to be a if-or situation.
Actually, it's both. I think it's both.
It's a constant fight inside the shield, you know.
Embrace the power of and.
I tried that, it didn't work.
Fair enough. So I assume you're getting on the boat, and there's no more goofing around here in Baldur's Gate.
I want to get the hell out of here.
Nothing would make me happier.
Do we
I think we're
have
done with
all of
antics.
our? Yeah, do we have all of our people? Like, did we gather them from the bar and brought them back with us?
I assume yes.
Yeah, we asked them to meet us here, like to go ahead, and then we'll meet up with them.
Right. So I just need to let me take a moment to where's the last place where I had all of your horses and other things?
I keep forgetting we have horses. We didn't sell them yet?
Well,
We're taking them
this
with
is
us?
player token page. There we go. So, as you can imagine, by looking at size of boat, size of horses, you do have an issue if you wanted to bring all said horses with you. Oh, that's right. Happy Meal the rat was released into the sewer.
Yeah. Hi, Happy Meal.
Are we sure? I feel like there's a goodly amount of space. The hold's got to be pretty large.
Do you want to try and get horses to go down the stairs on a boat?
And to stay there.
Horses can go down. Cows can't go down, but horses can go down.
These are like boat stairs, though. Have you ever, like, where there's like one person is like squished in, going like this down the stairs?
Are there any ponies?
Nope, these were all horses. Also, do you really want 5 horses cooped up below deck for 4 to 5 days? Do you think that's going to end pleasantly for anyone involved in this job?
Hang on, I can shrink things.
How long can you shrink things?
I'm checking. Hold on.
How often is probably the better question.
How often and how long it lasts, yeah.
That's all right. I'm waiting for one of you to ask how do I get the horse into a bag of holding?
We don't have a bag of holding.
You guys never bought a bag of holding with all the gold you've been given?
No, because we've kind of just been ignoring weight, so.
I just assumed you guys were just keeping track of your own weight.
That's so cute. Think of all the stuff that we've been carrying around. Like, technically, I could probably carry most, if not all of it. Technically.
To be fair, you could carry, I think, 2/3 of your party, so...
Actually, doesn't the cleric have a higher strength than me when I'm not a bear? A bear?
Yeah, but she's also covered in armor, so that weighs her down some.
Yeah. So,
Quite a lot.
So according to my character sheet, right now I'm carrying 89 pounds.
I'm carrying even more.
Armor will do that.
101.5.
That's not the person who's wearing armor there, Frank, who said that.
She has leather.
I do have leather.
I think it might be wise to take a moment to figure out how much one can carry and what one is carrying.
Let's worry about that after the session. And pretend that it doesn't matter right now until one of us falls in the water.
So it took way too long anyway. No go on shrinking the horses. It's not feasible.
Because they're not willing? Or because...
Because each time I do it, it can last for up to 1 minute.
You just... But how many times can you do it?
Is it a cantrip?
It's not. I actually have to cast it, so I would have to rest in between, and I can't rest for a minute.
Okay. Well, then... Okay. Because you really would just need to cast it once, grab the horse, pick it up, carry it down the stairs, drop it off, end the spell, go back up the stairs, do it again, and just kind of repeat over and over and over again.
True, but still the fact being that I can't do it as many times as we have horses.
Right. All right. So how much do we get for the horses? Someone add this to our gold total.
Why am I Googling
I
horse?
thought we did that at one point. That's why I was confused as to why we still have the horses.
So a draft horse costs 50, but you're in Baldur's Gate where draft horses aren't allowed in town. That's what happened! Your horses are outside town and you abandoned them.
There we are. No, we didn't abandon them. We did sell them.
Well, your plan was to sell them, but then you went to the boat first.
Okay. So, okay. And what is this random spider?
Someone used to have a spider familiar, and then she let it be horrendously murdered, and has never once again restored the spider to life, even though it would be a paltry 100 gold, and you guys are rolling in it.
In fairness, she hasn't had a lot of luck with spider familiars.
I haven't had a lot of luck with any familiars. But...
I'm sorry.
But it's just there as a reminder that I don't forget.
Okay. On to the boat.
I'm like scarred from my familiars. I'm really debating whether to ever choose Find Familiar as a spell for my magic users ever again.
It's the greatest spell. Like,
not when your DMs are mean.
The dice just weren't with you that day.
I didn't even get to roll!
No, they just died.
Every time.
I assume you are bringing the chickens, though.
Hell
Chicken
yeah.
tender and McNugget.
It's just tender. You didn't name the chicken, I hope.
No, it's. I guess it'd be chicken the tender, or tender the chicken. Hey,
I'm not changing its name.
I got a warhammer.
I'm very proud that you have a warhammer, but
For the tendering.
all right. So you get aboard the boat. You've all done everything you need to do here in Baldur's Gate. Sorry, when I was Googling using Beyond to find the cost of a horse, I accidentally used my tab that has Baldur's Gate information to make it easy to search. We did that. All right. So it's we determined it was like about a 5-day by boat trip down to Candlekeep, unless Frank's disturbingly large knowledge of the Sword Coast corrects me on that time frame.
I
Sounds
don't
right.
have the knowledge on that. We're going from Baldur's Gate to Candlekeep.
Correct.
Yeah, we'll just assume 5, and yeah.
Okay. So the first day passes on the boat without too much what can we call it? Disturbances. Tarina is running her ship fairly tightly. She's got a crew of about 10 unsavory sorts who are giving you all a very wide margin of error so that they don't get in your way. You hopefully don't get in their way. You also notice that there are a few extra chests that weren't on this boat when you came on beforehand that perhaps Tarina and her pirate crew may have brought aboard. There's always at least one guard by these chests at all times. So
And you're saying these things like you want us to steal them.
I'm telling you, these are things that are plain out in the open, obvious to your group as you are dealing with your general day in, day out. Your companions are trying to make themselves useful aboard the boat. That's right, you guys scared Rhea off. She's technically not with you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because she didn't believe that what's-his-face was what's
Oh yeah, we
super
ended
descriptive.
up murdering somebody of
we
her
took
thing or whatever.
someone who was obviously possessed of some sort and took him onto holy ground, and he immediately burned into ash.
Yeah,
And she was like, "Why would you kill my friend?" And we're like, "It's
Literally
clearly
has
not your friend.
no like reasoning at all whatsoever.
Your friend is presumably human or some sort of sentient. This thing burned up on holy ground."
Yeah, I don't think she's very bright. If she can't figure that out, that hey, there must be something wrong here. If you just literally,
I'm excited for her to be the big bad at the end. She just shows up.
oh,
It's
that
like,
would be
I
great.
made a deal with the
Plot
devil
twist.
to kill you all. Which devil?
So, the first night, Tarina tells the story about how she got control of the uncivil serpent, which conspicuously leaves all of you out of taking the boat back from a minotaur and his demon worshippers, and how great her and her new crew is going to be. Does anyone correct her on this story, or do you just sort of let it go?
I get up and I sing a rendition of the great battle with the Minotaur that clearly contradicts and embellishes our role in it.
I point to my codpiece.
I continue playing cards, probably.
Tarina sort of laughs at this and says, yes, but I'm the captain, so I get all the credit. That's how this goes.
I go play darts in the bottom of the boat.
All right. Does anyone need anything to do after day 1, or can we go straight into day 2?
I'm good. I'm just cruising.
Excellent. On day 2, since Tarina has run out of stories to tell at dinner, she asks if any of you have a story you want to tell.
I look to the bard. Tell the story of our great adventure.
Well, we did a lot of murdering. Then we did a lot of murdering. Then we did more murdering.
My rolls aren't working, so y'all keep doing your thing. Assume I do the thing, but I was trying to find. I guess my plugin's not updated. I'll be back.
Oh yeah, so what I had to do was actually refresh the character sheet. So I went to the character sheet page, nothing was there. I hit F5, it started working.
There you go.
There we go.
Is this a complete and utter truth, or are you fibbing?
It's a truth, but I throw in like a couple of like exaggerations, especially in regards to my own well-being and prowess.
Great. It's exactly as you expect. Pirates love that sort of stuff. They fully expect everyone to be lying about all of their wonderful stories. Night goes on. On the third day, Tarina once again asks if anyone has a story to tell, and Mortmar finally, from his bag, pulls out a book about Elturel and says, "This is probably the best time for him to share this. He was hoping to find a better story than this, but this is the best that he and Harkina were able to find. I'm going to paste it all in here. Actually, let me make it as a handout. I just realized that'll be so much easier to read. Sorry, I should have thought to make it a handout to begin with. I know, I'm the worst at working with this. That's what it's called. Why is a handout not, let me just add in a description and notes. There we go. And because I'm going to hit, there we go. Save changes, show to players, show to everyone. And why is it still called Mysterious Note even though I changed the name of it? Save changes. So if one of you wants to read that out loud, then that's great. What? Does it not? All right, we're going to make the bard do it because he loves reading.
And he's from Elturel.
He is from Elturel. So none of this should be news to you in character, but it's all useful information that I'm about 90% sure you may have heard this sometime during the adventure up to this point. But just in case anyone's forgotten, here is a good handout that will tell you all about the Hell Riders and the brief early history of Elturel.
It was a century past that fiends roamed the lands north and west of Elturel. Fields were despoiled, livestock slaughtered, homes razed, and people dragged off to a terrible and unknowable fate. Terror gripped the hearts of all. The city's cavalry rode across the land, striking down fiends wherever they found them, and suffering fearful losses. But it was never enough. For every fiend they destroyed, it seemed as though two more appeared elsewhere. The ruler of Elturel, the High Rider, asked his people to pray to the gods for aid. To everyone's astonishment, a mighty angel entered the city the next day, our companion of light. The prayers of Elturel had been heard, and help had come. The companion showed us the gate the fiends were using to enter our world on the fields of the dead west of the city. The companion raised her angelic weapons to lead our riders into Avernus to destroy the infernal host amassing there, to strike a great blow against the dark forces of darkness. The High Rider sent out the riders of Elturel, now numbering many thousands, with the companion astride her golden mastodon at the head. With a great cry, the army of Elturel and our companion charged through the gate. The legions of Avernus trembled and buckled, but did not crumble. The companion saw that they were outnumbered, and made a brave last stand, ordering her ranks to retreat to Elturel before she closed the gate. Carrying the wounded, only a few of those who rode out returned, cheering in both grief at the loss and relief as the gate closed behind them. Yet since that day, the Lord of the Nine Hells would think twice about threatening Elturel again. There were great celebrations to honor the valiant knights of the cavalry, who became known as Hell Riders from that day on.
That was beautiful.
Excellent. Well done. I'm glad that someone would read that who wasn't me, because I hate reading block text whenever humanly possible. So, there's nothing else that really has to happen unless someone does want to try and steal some pirate treasure.
That seems inadvisable.
Is any of
We're
it
stuck on a boat.
magical?
I assume you have a detect magic available to use. Someone
Isn't
here.
it a cantrip in this one?
No, it's a ritual first level spell.
Also, as a side
Andrew
note,
Yes, I
probably
cast
does.
it as a ritual.
if you haven't done it yet, make sure you also do the healing and sleeping and all that fun stuff.
So, do you actually have ritual casting as a bard?
I think pretty much everyone has ritual casting as long as it has the ritual tag.
I do not have ritual casting.
All right, but I assume someone is going to try and detect magic, right?
Yes, I detect magic using the ritual.
So there is definitely something magical in that chest.
I would like to remind
Before
everybody.
sleep, I give Lyra like a noticeable like nudge and like look at the chest, but I don't do anything more.
Oh, was that gentle warning?
No, it was a gentle encouragement.
No, Frank was about to say something.
I'd like to remind everybody that none of us can technically pilot a boat, and we're probably outnumbered, and it would probably not be a good idea to piss off our current host in the middle of the ocean.
Precisely. I do not want to.
Isn't it a 3-day trip or is it 4-day? What did we decide? Oh, 5. Oh, I see.
No.
I was thinking this is the last night we were going to pull into port and be like, bye.
No. Though it also depends on how fast this boat goes, because
It
It's
goes
like-
at the speed of plot.
okay.
All right, so there will be no attempted theft, is what I'm hearing.
I'm not
Sure.
capable of doing so I'm not going to try.
Not a smart idea. They own the boat, middle of ocean, many heavy armor.
All right, easy enough. You spend the rest of the trip. Nothing else all that exciting happens unless does anyone need to talk to any of the NPCs in particular before we move on with your lives?
I continue to educate
Shit.
Lulu about the world around her, and the many perils and the wonderful things, and just generally just enjoy time hanging out with Lulu.
Can I make Gutbuster brew using good berries?
Since the good berry loses its magical properties in a day, you would then lose your brew in a day.
Drink
Like-
up, everyone.
Fermentation takes a while.
Just ignore it. Just ignore how things work. That's how the
Magic.
rules work.
Oh, well, in that case.
All right. The arrival at Candlekeep, your boat pulls into port. Quick question: who's got a passive perception higher than 15?
So close.
None of you, huh?
14.
I am not wise.
We're still level 5, right?
Yes.
Can I make an active check? I will accept no. You are DM.
I'm going to say no here, because we're just gonna move on. So the boat pulls in. You do notice that Tarina and Klim Jasso, the merchant from Baldur's Gate that you rescued, are both pulled aside to deal with boat paperwork, which is unfun and unpleasant because Candlekeep is full of paperwork and all sorts of wonderful things about that. Who doesn't know what Candlekeep is before we just go forward, assuming you all know where you just arrived?
You should give a description either way. We do have an audience.
I only know what we've alluded to in sessions, that it is a wizardy place.
I only know what Baldur's Gate, the game from 1999, taught me. Because Candlekeep doesn't come up a lot.
Oh, I just realized since you're not showing the screen when I hit show to players, no one sees the handout, do they?
I switch when you give a handout.
I have a handout.
I see it.
I don't see it on the stream though, Frank.
There comes a point where you have too many steps to go up. Is what I've learned about Candlekeep.
Not in high fantasy. There are only steps, only up. Everyone is Rocky Balboa. All right. Candlekeep is a fortress perched on a spur of rock overlooking the Sea of Swords. It is reached by a single road, the Way of the Lion, as well as this mysterious port that doesn't really exist, which branches west off the coastway. Candlekeep is always open to visitors and boasts one of the finest libraries in Faerun. The monks of Candlekeep also preserve the predictions of Alando the Seer, a sage whose prophecies have proved correct over long years. Since his death, Candlekeep has become a haven for the veneration of his prophecies and accumulation of knowledge. So, that's what you know just from Candlekeep. You arrive along this mysterious port that doesn't really exist. Dark clouds are raining heavily over Candlekeep at the moment. Ahead of you, you see the entranceway off of the port, and there's some people there watching for entry. And as you've been informed, the cost of entry into Candlekeep is a rare book for your group. So whenever you're ready to head on in, just gather up and go on in.
I grab Edric's spellbook out of his stash and I give it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, we did have a book that we were planning on giving.
Yeah, we
them,
we
right?
have several books. We have a rare book that somebody gave us. We have several spellbooks.
Right. So, which book?
Am I under the impression that we will get a more pleasant greeting if we give them a rarer book?
No, as far as you're aware, their goal is to collect every last book and piece of knowledge that they can. So the simple fact that they don't have a book makes it just as valuable as any other book they don't have.
Even if it's just a spell book that has spells in it. Okay.
Yes, remember, this has been around for hundreds of years. They have lots of magical spell books.
And they did say specifically rare book.
One they don't have in their library is the very, very particular way. So eventually, no one will ever be able to enter Candlekeep again. But whatever.
That's not true. Novelists will be able to, because they'll just write a novel and bring the novel with them.
So which of these books are you marking off of your inventory to get into Candlekeep?
We've got Spellbook 1, Spellbook 2, Spellbook 3, and...
I feel like we should go with Spellbook 1, because clearly it's the first one we got, which means that we got it when we were level 1. So that should be the one that we hand in.
We actually got those all at the same time.
Yeah, inexplicably the adventure decided, you know where we'll put like 90% of the spells for wizards? Here!
I hope they don't do some other path to go around this location.
We've also got the locked cursed spellbook.
That seems important.
I grabbed spellbook number 1.
I would think they'd have it.
We've also got a diary of a devil hunter book in Draconic.
That might be what we wanted to give them, but I don't remember.
That seems a burnable one, yeah.
But it was just clarified that it doesn't matter what book we give them.
Exactly. Why not give them a diary that holds no value to us?
I don't think the spellbook holds any value to us.
I mean, potentially some, well, depending on, it's like Edric's, right? Like, he needs that?
I'm pretty sure Edric has copied all the spells that he's interested in copying, if I recall.
Yeah, he doesn't need the spell books anymore.
Fair enough.
Because we made a point of going, hey, Edric, here's all this magic. Please, for the love of God, copy some down.
We did, because
we'd be in a fight with him, and he'd be like, Mage Hand!
Did he just try to mage hand them off a cliff? What?
I walk up to the appropriate individual and hand spellbook number 1.
Agreed.
After he takes like just a moment to look at it and realizes that this is indeed new. There are 3 monks here in purple robes. They have the holy symbol of Denir, the god of writing. Apparently, they describe what the symbol is. It's a lit candle above an open eye. welcome to Candle Keep, one of the guards says. Please present yourselves. They review it. They say, great, go on in, essentially. Are you aware of the general rules of decorum in Candle Keep?
No.
Not a clue. And where we came from, there were no rules, so please enlighten.
Spellcasting is allowed to a very limited extent, but if you cast any spells, they will know, and if it's going to cause a problem, they will escort you out. Likewise, violence is not just frowned upon, but prohibited. Any problems you have, you should take up with the appropriate authorities, and they don't care who starts a fight. Everyone gets thrown out if you don't, attempt to resolve it peacefully. Other than that, the basic things: don't steal, don't cause problems, and whatever you do, don't damage any of the books in the library.
Oh, so we can go in the library.
You can request entry into parts of the library. There are some that are public, but some of them, just because they're very large, very rare, very old, you'll need to request some time ahead of time. If you have a contact who's got some sway, they might be able to move you ahead in the line. If you have specific research that you need to have done for a particular patron, again, we can make arrangements. But if you're just here on your own curiosity, you may be waiting some time to get access to parts of the library.
So what you're saying is, I need an in with a librarian. Is what's going on.
The monks nod, thinking that they were not that vague about that at all.
Are you about to barge your way into the library?
I mean, the problem is I don't know what I would want, but I like the idea of being like, oh, the rare book room. I'll go in there.
So let's do a little powwow. So what we need is information on what happened to El Terrell, and I assume we need to take all the information we have on all the devils and demons that we've kind of been in relations with in one way or another.
Please never phrase it like that again.
I mean, have you met our no longer here warlock? I miss our warlock. So we should probably start there and figure out what we need to do. Do we still have the puzzle box thing, or did we give that up?
You do still have that.
So we might also want to poke around about that too.
So, okay, remember when I asked if you remembered why you were going to Candle Keep and you said yes?
No.
So I assume
I might have been up and grabbing munchies. So I feel like I might have been.
All right, let me inform you that yes implied to me that you remembered that Fallister Fisk had told you to get in touch with his contact, Silvira, an archmage in Candle Keep, to help you out. I'm sorry, I assumed you had remembered that fact, but after that discussion, I realized you did not.
I'm going to point out something. When I did the recap, I explicitly asked, did I forget anything? And you said that was basically fine. So that's on you, because I told you to fill in the gaps.
It was on the assumption that you remembered why you were going to Candle Keep. I thought you had just left that part out because it wasn't important.
But it is important, because I'm assuming it's our way to wherever we need to go to find El Terrell.
I look at the monks and I go, do you know what part of the city Silvira lives in?
Yes, they give you directions, and I guess you also forgot that Fallister Fisk is with you, so we'll just...
Oh, I definitely forgot that Fisk was with us. 100%.
Right. We need a rundown of who your friends are.
Yeah.
Cat. All right.
She's not a very happy cat either.
Karina is the pirate lady who you helped steal a ship for. Klim Jasso is the second or third son of the patriarch Jasso family who was going to be murdered and or abandoned, and so he ran away instead. Fallister Fisk is the guy you found in the basement of the Van Thamper Villa, who worked for Silvira and was trying to get evidence that the Duke Van Thamper was in league with devils, which you graciously provided and then murdered her. So mission accomplished for him, I guess.
Did we get rewarded for saving him yet, or was he going to plan on doing that?
His reward is bringing you here to meet Silvira. There's
Cool.
Lulu. I assume everyone remembers Lulu.
Who's Lulu?
Lulu. The tiny gold elephant.
Elephant the elephant? See her blow? Butterflies everywhere, watch them go.
Then you have Edric, who is, as you remember, a flaming fist guard who is now your friend. Then you have Harkina, who is from Elturel, lived in Baldur's Gate, somehow started tagging along with you when you were like, oh, by the way, your city disappeared. And then Mortmar the Hellrider, who you met outside of Elturel and has been tagging along for this whole time. Do you need any more reminders about any of them before we move on?
Do any of them have a tragic backstory that matters in everything we're doing right now?
Only all of them.
Cool.
Literally everyone from Elturel.
Except for Lulu. And Edric. Oh, I guess Edric is Elturel.
Well,
Never mind.
Lulu clearly has some sort of tragic backstory. Otherwise, she wouldn't go berserk all the time.
So if you remember, you met Edric because he abandoned his post as one of Duke Ravengard's bodyguards to hire a prostitute and left Elturel because it wouldn't be illegal outside the city limits, and then Elturel disappeared with Duke Ravengard. You don't remember that. That's great. But yes.
I don't remember the part about the prostitute. I do remember him being like the least liked member of the Hellriders. Or of the Flaming.
Yeah, he is unliked for many reasons. But okay, so Fallister is willing to take you in to see Silvira. He says that after that, you're going to have the run of Candle Keep, and, you know, take your time, because once you leave Candle Keep, everything is just going to start moving at a much faster pace. Whatever happened in Baldur's Gate is going to pale in comparison to what awaits you. But you have plenty of time beforehand.
If we wait long enough, can Baldur's Gate get pulled up into the ether as well?
Oh, yeah, okay. So there's another thing that is forgotten. When you left, the big thing disappeared above Baldur's Gate.
Wait, there was a big thing above Baldur's Gate?
Another companion son.
Yeah, remember that's why you decided that you couldn't wait any longer?
I forgot about that. Sorry, guys. It's been 5 months since we played, so, I'm just kind of, I need to reread our notes that are, I hope, being very well kept.
Well enough.
Great.
There's 4 of you. These should be the best notes ever.
Yeah, I'm the only one, I think, who takes notes.
Yeah, sorry, I'm focusing on all the other things going on my end.
I've never opened the notes before.
I used to.
I love the idea of never open to that. Not even just like, I don't contribute. Never once open.
Alright, so guys, we need to start using those notes. Anyway, okay, so I guess we're going to go find this person about our puzzle box.
Sounds good. Hella curious about Box.
This is
All
a
right.
puzzle box, right?
It is.
Mysterious box.
Did anyone want to try and open it?
Wait, hold on. Wait.
I could have sworn
Puzzle
we
Box.
tried
I'm getting
to.
Hellraiser vibes here.
Wait,
No,
you
no.
didn't try to because you identified enough that it was horrendously dangerous if you did something wrong while trying to open it.
I
What
really
kind
think
of check to open it?
What is the check
It's like-
to open it?
It's like Pandora's box, basically, right?
we don't know.
All you know is that first you heard it called a puzzle box, and then later on, Thirstwell called it an infernal puzzle box. So,
Can I open it with my hammer?
I'm pretty sure any kind of foul play with it came with bad things. As far as
it's been so long since I've gotten to say this. You can try.
I would suggest against it, sir.
Please don't do this.
I pull out my war hammer.
I do not reveal Box because
I
it's still
walk
a real
around the
person.
corner.
Oh yeah, the
Who's
corner's
actually
gonna save you.
who's actually carrying it?
I am.
Cool. Can you put it on the ground for me?
No.
Can you just hold it up for me?
No.
Oh. Wait. Can you pitch it to me?
No.
There was a pause. She almost said yes.
Can I see it for a minute?
No.
All right, let's go get this thing taken a look at.
All right. So, when you, there it is. When the characters are ready, you make your way toward the main keep. It's a towering edifice housing hundreds of monks and wizards, thousands of books and scrolls. As you go through the keep, Fallister is able to show you directly to Silvira's laboratory. It's located in one of Candlekeep's many spires. The walls of this circular tower chamber are punctuated by arched windows that are currently shuttered. Bookcases bookcases stand between the windows. Tables are crowded with specimen jars, alchemical equipment, and other clutter. Engraved into the floor in the chamber is a large 9-pointed star. A middle-aged tiefling woman dressed in wizardly robes stands by one of the... So the text says she's standing by one of the windows that are shuttered. I assume the writer forgot the first paragraph while they were writing this. This is why I hate block text. Anyway, moving on. Perched on the corner of a table is a spindly little demon with woody green skin, buggy eyes, thin black horns, and a whip-like tail. As you enter the door, Silvira says, "I can't tell you how pleased I am to see you. Tell me, what have you brought me, Fallister?" He introduces you to Silvira, the tiefling archmage, as well as her quasit familiar named Jezebel. So, Fallister steps back.
Fun fact, but Edric also was with a woman named Jezebel. And that's how he got into this whole mess.
Coincidence?
She says, "Are you the ones who dealt with the Vanthampers?"
Like,
I mean, dealt with seems a little...
We dropped a pyramid on him.
Well, excellent. And what about the Overseer of Elturel? I've been suspicious about him for a long time, but I've been looking for evidence to help prove my charges. Ever since I saw him making people take the Creed Resolute, my suspicions have only grown more and more. So now I want to prove my theory about the Overseer. So tell me what you know about him.
He's a bit skeezy.
We're really good at this.
Who here took the Creed Resolute? Just toss Avon.
Well, and assumably you, if you're an actual citizen of Elturel. If you just happen to be a bum living on the streets, then you may not have. But if you're actually like a citizen of Elturel, then you took it at some point when you were younger.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, I'm the only one left. Took it.
You guys
I mean,
told me to do it.
I guess my question here is: do you not know that Elturel's a crater in the ground?
Well, I know that, but I don't have evidence to prove that it's Krieg's fault.
I mean, I don't think anyone does, because it's a crater in the ground.
So what kind of evidence would you need? What are we looking for?
Well, Fallister was attempting to find something at the Vanthamper Villa. There were two things that I wanted to investigate. Some artifact that they had stolen from another one of the Patriarch families, as well as a mysterious box that I believe they had stolen from Krieg. Either of those will let me prove my case, I believe. All you need to do is hand it to me.
If party consents, I can continue with this.
Yes.
What is? What
I'd just like to point out if we had the shield, we would never have handed it over.
Oh well, we got the box now. I pull out the puzzle box and ask if this is what she was looking for.
We'll only know after I open it. If you don't mind, take a few steps back just in case something goes wrong.
Clearly, a couple steps will make all the difference.
Would it be frowned upon if I pull out my warhammer?
Yes,
Possibly.
that was declared at the beginning of this.
No, I get
when we
that.
entered.
But we're about to deal with things that we don't know about. I pull it out.
If you think that will save you from whatever is in this box, go right ahead. Now give me one moment. She begins twisting at the box, sparking magic at it at different points. You hear it click 9 different times, and then it pops open with a rather disappointing fizzle. Then, read out in a loud, booming voice, along with a small, glowing scrap of paper that sort of rises straight out of the box. The voice reads out, "Be it known to all that I, Thavius Krieg, High Overseer of Elturel, have sworn to my master Zariel, Archduke of Avernus, to keep the agreements contained in this oath, both of my own will and to make Zariel whole for Elturel's betrayal. I hereby submit to Zariel in all matters and for all time. I will place her above all creatures, living and dead. I will obey her all my days and beyond, with fear and servility. I recognize the dispensation of this device called the Solar Incinerator." You'll see how that's spelled when I hit share. Of this device, hereafter called the Companion. In my capacity as High Overseer of Elturel and its vassal territories, I acknowledge that all lands falling under the light of the Companion are forfeit to Zariel. All persons bound by oath to defend Elturel are also considered forfeit. I further recognize that this dispensation will last 50 years, after which the Companion will return whence it came, taking Elturel and its oath-bound defenders with it, returning them to Zariel's side. All this is my everlasting pledge. Save changes, show to players, show to everyone.
Well, that's pretty damning.
Silvira is seems a little crestfallen and disappointed, saying that she thought that the mystery would be a little more grand than this. But yes, this is exactly what she was looking for. It's a shame that we're too late to do much now. But I also have heard that some of you still know that there are people from Elturel in Baldur's Gate. Is that correct?
And some of them are right here. Hi.
Some of them are at the bottom of the harbor.
Well, I will do my best to try and keep an eye on those that are still in Baldur's Gate. For now, though, what this tells me is that Krieg is definitely in league with Avernus. And 50 years ago is when Krieg ascended as the High Overseer. Everything falls into place as far as I can tell. If you want to find Elturel, then it's to Avernus that you must go.
And how is that something that we do?
I'm glad you asked. I know a man. Well, man is no longer the right word, but I know a person named Traxagor. He's an expert in planar travel, and with a brief introduction from me, he may be able to take you to where Elturel currently resides. You'll either need something attuned to Avernus, or something closely tied to Elturel. You say you're from there, she says to the bard. That should be enough of an anchoring for him to get you back.
Why 50 years? Why not, 3 minutes?
I don't know why Krieg decided to take 50 years before surrendering Elturel. You'll have to ask him if you find him in Avernus.
I guess I'm just asking because there's a companion son in Baldur's Gate now, and I was like, do they have 50 years? Do they have 3 days? That's a question.
It's gone now, remember?
It's gone?
It went away. From what you know, it disappeared the same day that you killed the Duke.
Oh, I forgot that. I thought it was still in the sky.
Definitely, after you killed the Duke, it slowly disappeared. It's almost as if those two things may have possibly been related.
What?
Crazy, I know.
Am I considered forfeit?
Well, if you took the Creed Resolute, yes. No matter what else you've done in life, when you die, Zariel will claim your soul. Until this contract is somehow resolved.
Woo! Unforfeit club!
This is why we don't make deals with people.
If you need a rundown, in addition, Harkina, since she was a citizen of Elturel, also damned. Mortmar as a Hell Rider, in the Club of the Damned. Rhea, since remember way back when she asked you all should she take it, and you all said yes?
Awkward.
Did I say yes? I feel like I said no.
No, you specifically said yes, because you thought it would be funny, because it would piss off Krieg, who didn't want her to do it.
That's right.
So, Lulu, not damned, seeing as she has never been to Elturel that she can remember, except that she remembers that Elturel exists. So, question mark there. Can we call that question mark?
I mean, she is a celestial being. It would seem unlikely.
That's the beauty about a Devil's Bargain.
However, the companion that everyone thought was an angel is apparently a devil. So,
and then Edric.
It's almost like appearances can be deceiving.
True. Edric, only possibly because he's currently a giant traitor for abandoning his post. That's the only reason he might be damned. Not anything to do with Elturel in general.
I was gonna say, it feels like he would have been ousted by the powers that be, and I think he was. So I feel like he probably is in the clear.
Well, he's from Baldur's Gate, but he has other issues, mainly also being from Baldur's Gate, that puts him in the naughty books as far as the gods are concerned.
He's fine. Oh, my cats trying to kill each other.
In addition, before you can successfully navigate Avernus, you'll want to find some way to keep track of the area. I know a cartographer of the plains by name of Varutha, a Githyanki, who's currently holed up somewhere outside of Candlekeep. I would advise before plane shifting anywhere that you meet with her and get a map of Avernus. And finally, even if you manage to find your map and convince Traxigor to take you, the plane shift spell will only be able to take 8 creatures into Avernus. Traxigor will have to go, and then you'll have to decide among you which of the 7 of you, I'm sorry, will be going and who will be remaining behind.
Well, the first 5 are figured out because, us plus Lulu. Assuming we're taking Lulu.
And Traxigor.
That's 6.
Would it be a smart decision to bring Lulu with us, or?
It will be mildly entertaining.
Our friend Lulu is something of a barbarian, and whenever we come up on devils, are you familiar with any techniques for her to maybe some breathing techniques for her to kind of calm herself down and not run off with the slightest smith of evil?
Well, that raises an excellent question and something else. You have as much time as you need here in Candlekeep to prepare. what I would recommend is also using some of this time to research what you can about Avernus, Elturel, and apparently this odd affliction of your tiny golden friend. My Quasit here can research something for you if you would like, but you might also be able to hire some assistants at the library or spend time there yourselves doing research. Those are what I think you should do, but whenever you're ready, simply go let Traxagor know that you're ready, and he will send you where you need to go.
None of us have map finding skills, I assume.
You being a bard would know that it's not just that Avernus is a weird, strange place, but Avernus has special maps, specifically because since it is a realm of chaos, that the world itself shifts at the whims of various devil lords and demons based on the fronts of the Blood War. So you're not just looking for any map, you're looking specifically for a map of Avernus that will help keep you oriented at all times while you're there. Otherwise, it's very possible you'll wake up and where you were going will no longer be in the same place. These maps of Avernus are very powerful magic items that keep the movement of the plane, like you can watch as mountains move on these maps.
That's so cool.
So it's very important you find a map. Or, you'll just go starve in Avernus. Whatever, your fate is your fate.
Whoa. I have good berries. We won't starve.
How many good berries can you make?
10 a day.
Perfect.
And they keep us nourished for 24 hours.
This is true. So you won't starve. You'll just slowly go mad. Either way, it's probably important to be able to find your way around Avernus.
I'm already mad.
But yes. So, did someone, I hope, write down all of those wonderful things?
I wrote things. Is it all of them?
So I guess the question is, where would we find this map? Which was probably explained. I'm assuming we have to go digging through all
The
of Candlekeep.
cartographer friend.
Traxagor. Who is also a friend of Fallister. So we should just say, hey, Fallister, where's your friend?
So, we'll run them down without any of the color commentary from Silvira. One, you've got loads of time because you get to go to Avernus whenever you want. I mean, sure, everyone in Elturel is suffering in hell, but take your time, do your research, be prepared. Find Traxagor, the not-quite man who knows how to plane shift to, plane shift you. The map of Avernus, the only one Silvira knows about, is held by a Githyanki named Varutha. And then figure out who among your friends you're actually taking with you, if any at all.
Okay, yeah, those words. Githyanki. Can you just type that?
So the options are to grab people to do it. Could we also do research ourselves?
You sure could. It would be you just pick a topic for the day that you want to do a search on, and then you make a nice little research check, and then maybe you find stuff.
Well, I guess my question is, do I know that I will be garbage at finding this?
Or
Oh yeah, what kind of check is this?
So the check would be either trained in history, arcana, or religion if you're trained in it, or investigation if you're untrained in any of those.
Arcana.
I mean, I'm trained in everything. Am I good at is another question.
And also, if it's not in the right category for what you're researching for, like, I have +2 in religion, but will that help me with a different kind of research?
Correct.
So personally, I need to research 3 things. Haliphants.
So I recommend that we start making a list. Oh, sorry. Let me type that out for you. Verduth. I was also trying to find,
Ah, we're so close.
because I realized that some people may not know what a Githyanki is. So I'm trying to find a good beyond link to them.
I mean, they're a primary race in Baldur's Gate 3, so I assume there's lots of images about them.
Let me know if that is available to you all. It should be, since we're sharing the stuff.
It says I have to add a guide
that's
to a part. I have
Yeah.
to buy something. I have to buy a book.
I don't have that book, so.
Thought I had shared. Oh, right, it's your campaign. The important thing is that they are natives from the astral plane, so they do a lot of planar travel, and they also are known to, set up shop in the material plane when needed. Actually, can we make a handout that everyone can edit at the same time?
I don't think so.
Well, that's a shame. So, what,
I was gonna say we can type it in chat and then copy paste.
or if only there was a notepad file everyone was already sharing.
But I'm already committed to
Yeah.
not. I'm
Yeah,
already
totally.
committed to not doing it.
But yes, Ballister says that he's going to start making his way back to Baldur's Gate, and he's going to try and keep an eye on things there. So, he wishes you all good luck and, be careful.
Keep an eye on the pyramid for us. We'll be back for it.
Oddly enough, Ballister says, that's the least of my concerns for Baldur's Gate at the moment. I like how you all remember the pyramid.
Oh, I made a point to plant as many of those damn things as I could.
How many beans do you have left?
I think several.
We've used
Because we re-rolled. We used 2, and we re-rolled both a bunch.
Alright, where are we putting
The
the
statue
list
would
of
have been
things?
destroyed.
What?
The statue of you would have been destroyed because when the pyramid grew up, it would have destroyed it.
Well,
Yeah.
the statue only lasts for 24 hours anyway. Oh, but it's sentient for 24 hours. That's true. And then it stays. The statue of me is gone. It's true. Or,
We have 2 out of-
alternatively, it is the Sphinx at the front of the pyramid, marking in the center.
Where do we want to put the list of things we want to research here?
in document.
Yeah, I'm in the document. I'm just trying to figure out, like, where do we want to put it?
Ah,
Because I don't know what your method here of what you're doing, so I
there
don't
is
want to
no
ruin
method
it.
to this madness because I'm working on what Matt started. So I guess under quest log.
It's funny. I'm actually trying to like help, and it's not. I can't get things. Oh, okay, cool.
So, sometime this week, if you send me that link, I can go through and find all the proper demon, devil, and other extraplanar proper names that you guys have found and add them in there. Like, I'll see. What I'll do is when you're done, let me know and I'll go through and I'll add things that maybe are worth researching. But you guys will have to resend me the link because
I put
It's
it
in
in
the
our
chat.
and in our chat. Like when you said, "Oh, I don't know if I have the link anymore." I
Uh-oh.
put it in.
Yeah, we have a group chat too.
yeah. You might want to put it there so that it's not available to the whole wide world on Frank's stream.
I'm the one who actually posted it, and I have no way to delete it now. So, oh
Well-
yeah, I'm lying. Hold on, where's clear chat?
But no,
On your system, no button.
that it is there in our chat. You
Yeah, I realized what you were saying. And then I put it into the Hangouts chat, which is where I found it.
Hangouts.
Google Chat, whatever it's called these days.
Oh, geez, I totally forgot we had one of those.
I didn't. Because I went and started cleaning stuff.
Well, all right then. So, I guess I should pull that open, right? Where are you guys adding it? At the bottom, I assume, since it's the newest thing. Why are there pictures?
Because
Fair enough.
they've been there. They've been there for like 2 years.
My hair was so ungodly long.
I like how your idea of a thing to research is what's dangerous in hell.
Yeah, no. Because that could tell us like an idea as to what things we might be running into. Because again, how many devils and demons have we run into where we're like, I'm just going to wail on it with this stick, and I probably need something else like silver, but who knows? Like, so that feels like something that we should definitely know. Like, what type of weapons, materials, and whatnot should we have with us to deal with the potential dangers that we're going to run into? That
What
deserves an
happens
inspiration
with that?
point.
So, while you're doing that, we'll continue. Silvira mentions that Candlekeep is loath to interfere in infernal politics because devils are one of the few things that might be able to infiltrate all of the various wards and defenses around Candlekeep. In particular, she notes, a stupid old goat named Roa, another one of the archmages, is adamant about the non-interference policy with the infernal realms. Therefore, the maximum amount of support that Silvira can provide out of Candlekeep's funds is 2,000 gold for potions, scrolls, and other consumables. She can also acquire a +1 weapon or armor for the team, and then, if you're willing to, after you're finished in Avernus, be her personal adventurers for a year. She has a host of other things that she's willing to loan you.
What about some +1 plate armor for our friend over here?
I think that's a little expensive, but I'll take it.
She said a +1 piece of equipment.
I'm not gonna lie, I would suffice with a shield +1, but I mean, like, an armor +1, is that better? I would think, yeah.
Have you forgotten about your armor?
No, I love my armor. Don't touch it.
Oh, I forgot that you had new armor.
That's why I was so confused. I was like, wait, does she remember? Does she forget she already has magic armor?
No, I do. It's like, it could be a different kind of magic armor, though, you know?
Just walking around with 2 sets
I
of
would-
magic armor.
Actually, no, fire resistance
I
is
would
a
like
is a
to-
good thing, so I'm gonna get that.
Protection. I'd like some protection.
Yeah, I mean, out of every one
Very
of us, the other
sweet.
one, like, I feel everyone needs something other than me. Like,
I'm so very squishy.
You really are.
I know what you can get.
So.
I know what you can get, but we got to figure out how much it costs. We need to get you
Okay.
an amulet of constitution or something like that. Something that increases your constitution. I can't remember what it's called though.
Either that, or if there's anything that helps her be invisible or something, 'cause that'd be nice.
So I pasted
I'm good at stealth.
I pasted into your document. So if you're willing to work for Silvira a year after your return from Avernus, assuming you return, she does add that in just as an afterthought. Assuming you come back, then she'll loan you one of these items for each of you that wants to agree to that year.
Define year and define service.
Like how Fallister is my spy in Baldur's Gate.
But I
Like,
just
we have to do
I
boring
display
stuff, or you
music.
send us on an adventure?
Well, sometimes it'll be boring. Sometimes it'll be fun. It just matters. Who knows what's going to happen a year from now? Well, I suppose the great sage would know.
Well, that didn't
but
work.
We're not him.
So Amulet of Health. It sets your constitution to 19.
That sounds really
Alright,
expensive.
that's fair.
I'm pretty sure, is that rare? Very rare?
It's rare.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is more than 2,000 gold worth of equipment.
Well, let's see if my...
But that thing that tells us what the prices are, sometimes it surprises me about what it thinks should be cheap and what it should be as expensive. But they're generally on the nose. So maybe this is going to be one of the ones where they surprise me.
I'm looking... I had to find the download. I wonder if there's an updated
That
version.
actually goes around with the neck, I'm pretty sure.
Goes around the neck.
Not the nose.
Correct. An amulet is a neck thing, Frank, not a nose thing.
I don't know why we're talking about nose things.
It doesn't go on the nose.
I'm not sure why we're talking about things going on noses. Did I miss something?
I was just
And
reading from
so
what
all
Pat
of
said.
all of those links should be to Beyond, but if you can't tell what one of those items does, let me know and I'll pull it out of Beyond for you.
So it's 4,000 gold.
I don't think I want to sell my services for a year. That seems like an unfair trade. So I feel like we'll just take the 2,000 gold of support and call it a day.
That's fair. Until you leave, of course, you're free to reconsider that.
Hold on. I missed something again because I was busy looking up the amulet. So what am I putting my services into? And what do I
So,
get?
After you return from Avernus, if you want to borrow one of these magic items for the rest of your adventure, Sylvar is just asking for 1 year of service upon your successful return from Avernus. If you never return,
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
It's a wash.
Did you post it somewhere of what
yeah,
the items are?
it should be right beneath the research stuff.
Let's see.
And then is there anything else she needs to tell you before you decide what you want to do?
Wish they had descriptions with them.
They're links, so there should be if you click on it, it'll give you a link to click on.
Oh,
Ring of Protection +1 bonus to AC and saving throw. I'm assuming if I'm a bear, I don't get this, right?
Correct, because all of your equipment fuses into your body.
So if it fuses,
Does she have anything for a bear?
Not really. I don't see anything here that's like, if bear, then good.
I sigh.
And yes, I may have just gone to the magic items and just started picking things semi-kinda at random.
Can she just give me a new tattoo? Add it onto the tattoo I already have?
You could just take that out of the 2,000 gold. Unless you really want to, if you want to, for the equivalent of a scroll, sign on for a year, she's more than willing to do that, but she's telling you that's a bad deal.
I mean, it's not like I have anything to do after I come back from Avernus. Or then maybe,
Actually, you literally do, don't you? Isn't your thing in Avernus, you're supposed to go there, get a giant devil's weapon, and then come back home and smash it?
I could do that even under servitude. Anyway, there's nothing I want, so it doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so it's 2,000 gold. What are we doing with that?
well, we could contribute the other 2,000 gold to get 4,000 gold to get that like bump in constitution thing for me, so I'm less special.
Well, I gotta find my character sheet now, because now I'm curious.
I think I'm gonna take this service and then take the Ring of Protection. As long as, I don't have to sign any contracts with anybody and she's not going to send me on any, one-way trips kind of deal.
She's perfectly willing to just trust that you're gonna hold up your end of the bargain. Again, if you just decide when you come back to like not, she'll be a little upset, but she shrugs like, what are you going to do? Are you going to be worried about having one of the Archmages of Candlekeep upset at you? I'm sure that wouldn't weigh on your conscience at all.
Just confirming, 19's plus 4, right?
Correct.
So Lyra would gain...
Like 6 hit points a level, I think.
5, and...
-1 to 0. Is it 6? -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so it would be 5.
No, right now she's losing 1.
Right. So instead of 4, you're getting 1. Or instead of whatever.
I guess 0 doesn't count, you're right.
Yeah, so you would gain 5 HP per level, so that's 25 HP. You would have 48 HP if you got...
you would double yourself. So yes, if you have the
More than. I have 23 HP max.
if you have 2,000 more gold among your party, that might actually be the best use of this.
This is in the way.
You won't gain any cool consumables, but the weakest, squishiest problem that you all have might go
Who has
away.
sneak attack?
I have a problem.
The squishy one has sneak attack. Also, we have another 2,000 gold on top of that. So stock up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have a lot of gold to begin with. I don't know what our gold stash looks like, though, so I'm just guessing.
Our group gold is 3,959.
All right, and that's after I bought the tattoo the last time, right?
I do not know. I cannot remember
So-
5 months.
Yeah, no, I made the change. Actually, I can look at that. Whatever, that'll be a question for later.
So, are you handing over that 2,000 gold to...
Not yet. So let's do our researching stuff real quick, especially the one that I wanted to do, which was, what we may potentially be running into, because if you having a shit ton of HP doesn't matter if we can't kill what's killing you.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Ring of Protection is the armor class did not increase on my page, and I'm not sure how to get it to increase.
Did you attune to it?
What do you mean attuned to it?
Actually,
Scroll
is that an
down.
attuned item? Yeah, so on your character page, you should see where you can attune to magic items.
Under inventory.
I found it, and I understand now.
Yeah, so make sure you attune your plate mail as well.
I did. I just did it.
Okay, there you go. So that leaves you with what, one more attunement slot? Or is there something else you've attuned that we've forgotten about?
No, I have still one.
Okay. So, each day, a person or Jezebel the Quasit Familiar, or for 100 gold, you can hire a researcher a day to research a given topic. If you want to commission getting this this Amulet of Health, that'll take Silvaria 3 days to track down and get to you. She doesn't have one of those on hand. So, if that's what you want to do with 2,000 of your gold, then that's fine. Just know that you'll need to fill 3 days beforehand, which can include figuring out which of your friends you want to bring with you, tracking down Traxagor ahead of time to make arrangements, finding the map. You have things to do in Candlekeep.
Definitely gonna find that map.
And explore the sites. Tourist stuff. Climb all the way to the top.
Alright, so. Bye, Kane.
Oh no.
I'm still here, I'm sorry.
That's alright. Okay, so. Does this mean that you have 3 days of things to fill, or are you still unsure about that gold sink?
I'm looking at something, but I think it should be fine to give our squishiest person 20-some HP. Does anyone disagree with my assessment? Because my reasoning... Oh, hi, Cam. I just realized he's gone.
He was on. He said something that he would be back.
Okay. Did I just mess everything up? No, apparently not.
He just. Oh no, I guess he didn't.
Let's see. Nah, he just took over Lyra's spot. Yeah, everyone just shifted. It's great. Anyway, so the logic here is because we're going into a place where we may run into things that can Misty Step, Dimension Door. I'm way thinking out of character here. So in theory...
and you've seen they all have wings, basically.
Yeah, so my logic behind giving our squishiest person more HP is because I don't feel like having to run back and forth to try to protect her.
This isn't about wanting to keep you alive. It's inconvenient when he has to work harder.
In character, you're an inconvenience to me.
I accept this.
But I also understand that you're the power that comes behind your bow. So, yeah.
Lyra also understands how much she's worth, even though it's inconvenient.
Glass cannon.
Does this now give you more health than Zamar?
It should.
Probably.
How much do you got, Zamar?
I currently have 33.
Oh yeah, you're the low hit point on the totem pole now. Oh hey, and I guess Edric and Lulu are now the wimpiest, saddest.
Huh. Interesting thing.
Yay, I finally have more health than Lulu!
That's hilarious. How much gold do we have? Would anyone be willing to forfeit 1,500 gold for me to get a new tattoo?
What does this?
What tattoo?
When I'm not wearing armor, how would that work with... Because don't bears and any animal, don't they have natural armor?
But they're not wearing.
So what it says is while you aren't wearing armor, the tattoo grants you an armor class of 12 plus dexterity. You can still use a shield and gain a benefit.
Right. So bears, they're like barbarians. They set their AC to something using natural armor. So you would need to look up to see if the bear's natural armor is written as 10 plus something, or if it's written as natural armor 12.
It just says 11 natural armor.
Okay, so their natural armor is 11. So it's like a barbarian who only has 1 constitution and no dexterity.
So if I was a bear, would that then mean it would be 12 instead? Or would it be... so then I would be adding... Go ahead.
So it would be like if you were a monk barbarian. You would pick which of these AC calculations you want to use. Do you want to use the tattoo, or do you want to use the bear that has a natural armor of 12 to start?
Okay. So I
since
would...
they're both 12, it seems redundant.
Right, so it would be 12... Well, no, because... Oh, yeah. Am I a black bear or a brown bear? Okay. We figured it out. That's all that matters.
I'm glad.
No tattoo.
Good thought, though.
I mean, it would give me one additional AC. Because right now my AC...
1,500 gold.
Yeah. So it would be... What would my armor class be then? Well, bears have no dex, so...
13? It would be 13?
My armor class would be 15 total. Because con plus 3. But I would have a lot of HP. All right. So for researching, you said it was 100 gold per day?
100 gold per researcher you want to hire.
Oh.
If we are to research our
Per
own
day?
You get 1 free research a day from Jezebel the Quasit. You each get to try and make an attempt a day if you don't want to spend the day doing, adventure-y stuff. Or you could just pay 100 gold for a researcher to do it for you.
Jezebel will do it for each of us, for each of our researches free, or
It can do 1 research a day.
1, okay. Can what kind of check can we make for these kinds of researches? Like you mentioned the others, like it was like religion, history, things like that. But it's like, can you use any of those?
Right, mattering what you're looking up will
Yeah.
tell what it is. So like just looking at the list, like Holophants, that's probably religion or nature, whichever one you wanted to use for something like that. So there's a lot of wiggle room. Like the River Styx is probably going to be Arcana because that's where planar knowledge sort of plugs in now.
What about finding what happened to my parents?
That would probably be a history check.
Gosh darn.
Or you just buy answers.
I'm so good at Arcana.
I'm good at religion. Wait, hold on. Who needed? I can do the first one for Samara. What was yours, Lyra? What do you need?
Find what happened to my parents.
What did you say? History.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So what I'll do, because I don't want us to get stuck on figuring out research, I'll take this and I'll add in all of the other topics that I think are relevant that have come up. And some of them you might look at and you might be like, we don't need to research that, but it's good to remember that Yinogu, the goblin demon, the Knoll demon lord exists and has existed previously, and that it'll just be a nice long list of just things that are good to know. So for now, what I think we should do is, so we don't end up getting stuck in the middle of something, is of all of those things you need to do, talk with your friends, make initial contact with Traxagor, track down your wonderful map, and those are the big things. What do you want to do next session so that we can prepare for it? Because it is 5:30, and so I just want to know what you guys want to do next.
I feel like mapping the most important. We should probably head to that first, but I don't know if that means we leave whenever we want, so there wouldn't be anything to cascade eventually. So yeah, I'd say map.
Hey, good thing you mentioned that. You would be leaving Candlekeep and then needing to come back in. How many rare, unique books do all of you have?
Oh, do we need one book for each of us?
No, for each time you want to come back in.
Oh, wait. So did I miss something again? Like the person with the map is outside of Candlekeep?
Yeah.
Can we just, find someone to cast Sending?
Silvira will let you know that if that's all it took, Silvira would have already done that. They're not responding.
Then they're probably dead?
We have other books. It's okay. We only use one. This is your spell book 1 of 3. So, and we have more than that.
So how many of these things that we have the options require us to leave Candlekeep?
At the moment, just that one.
Cool. So we could set up for research for everything we want to know. Go find this person with the potential map of Avernus, the forever changing Avernus, and then make our way back, have all of our answers that we may or may not need, and hopefully it doesn't create more questions, and then go from there.
All right. Yep, that sounds good. So that way I know what to have fully fleshed out and prepared for next time. Most of it exists, but all right. So does anyone have anything that they want to close out with before we get to all of the, finalizing, closing up, making sure everyone's rested and all of that?
Nothing comes immediately to mind.
You did buy your Amulet of Health, correct?
Did we decide upon that?
Oh, right, because we need to know the other stuff. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, okay.
Can we borrow this for a minute while we go find our map, and then we'll bring it back to you and decide if we want to buy it? We want to lease the amulet.
No, remember, the Amulet of Health she doesn't have. It's going to be 3 days before she gets that.
Let's tell her to start looking for it.
Fair.
is that our stopping point for the night?
I think so. You reached Candle Keep. You learned a whole bunch of new stuff, and you have adventures in Candle Keep to take care of until you decide you're sick of Candle Keep and want to just go to Avernus.
Can't wait to punch things.
Just confirming, this is our second year of doing this, right?
Kinda.
That sounds right.
Almost there, yeah. Off and on.
Yeah, we've almost made it to the 2-year anniversary.
So Extra Life is coming up. You guys want to do that again?
If you seriously do, I need to know like now so I can prep.
No. I don't have it in me to do another 24-hour session, which would have made it to, 22 hours of D&D. My brain would be fried.
I think we made it to 23.
Frank!
23 and a half.
Frank only made it to 22 hours.
Yeah, no, I fell asleep.
Yes, you
Like, at some point I hear someone say, is Frank sleeping? And all you got from me was just a thumbs up. Anyway, so on that note, thank you for joining us. We finally made it to Candle Keep. Next up is Avernus. Till next time, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Bye. All right.